And now, Lictus Oil and Propane and Clymer presents Clymer Sherman Panama Wolfpack Baseball play-by-play coverage on the Channel 98.9 Sports Stream at channel989.org. This broadcast is presented by J. Edwards Insurance in Panama and Jamestown, Mosher Carpeting in Clymer, Land Pro Equipment in Clymer and Falconer, Caflisch Pallet and Wood Services in Clymer, the Cornerstone Restaurant in Sherman, Clymer Hardware and Home Center.com, Triple E Manufacturing, EEMFG.com, Countertop Solutions, and by Lictus Oil and Propane in Clymer, LictusOilAndPropane.com. And now let's head to the field for all the action of CSP Wolfpack Baseball play-by-play.
Yep. Good afternoon, baseball fans, and welcome to a special presentation on the Channel 98.9 Sports Stream on Facebook Live and on Channel 98.9 of CSP Wolfpack Baseball. They are in Pine Valley tonight for a matchup with the Pine Valley Panthers alongside Pat Catanese. I'm Garrett Hinsdale, and CSP with a big win on Wednesday. And Pat, just give me some of your, you weren't on the radio, but give me some of your thoughts on the win the other night.
Well, that was probably the best game defensively we played all year, and it was 0-0 after 4 innings, and I'm thinking, boy, whoever gets the first run is going to win this ball game. And CSP came out and scored 4, and then they got more relaxed and really started hitting the ball. And Gabe pitched an outstanding game. That was the best game he's pitched in a long time. So that helps a lot, seeing him starting to come back and be the pitcher that we need to go further in this season. That's
right, and I think Gabe going 7 innings on would have been Tuesday. Allows for CSP to have some options tonight if they do get in some trouble on the mound. But Tate Catanese will take the mound for CSP. But they'll be up to bat first with their traditional lineup as Austin White will lead off, Bryce Hinsdale batting second, and Gabe Roth batting third here in the top of the lineup. Pine Valley comes in with a 5-10 overall record with a 3-9 league record. So not the greatest of years for Pine Valley. I remember when I was playing, they always had a decent team, a solid team.
Yes, they did.
So CSP comes in with a 12-3 overall record and a 11-2 league record.
Well, Garrett, it looks like they've redone this field. It's really nice.
Yes.
It's very nice.
I remember the infield, I was playing shortstop. I remember the infield being very, very bumpy, and it just looks pretty flat out there.
Yes, it does.
So lefty on the mound today for Pine Valley is Ivet. Trent Ivet.
Yeah.
So he's going to face 2 lefties here to start. And we are underway here from Pine Valley. This is ball in the dirt on Austin White.
Austin's been hitting the ball well as of late, so he could start us off with a base hit here and get us going early.
Austin White playing at short, as he traditionally does. When he's not pitching, that ball is up and away, and it's 2-0 on Austin.
Nice day for a baseball game.
It's terrific. It's, you could still wear a hoodie and be all right.
Yeah, it's a little windy up here, but that's okay.
Here's the 2-0. Another ball in the dirt. It's 3-0 on Austin. It's going to be important for CSP to keep the momentum going offensively. Just get on base any way possible, and Austin's ahead here in the count, 3-0.
I'd imagine he's looking at this one no matter what it is.
Yep. And the pitch is up and away. And Austin will draw a walk to start off. So good start here for CSP. We'll see if they can get something going with Bryce Hinsdale stepping in. Playing at first today like he normally does. Not the start you wanted for Pine Valley when you have 2 lefties at the top of the order. You'd like to get at least one of them out, and we'll see here with Bryce.
See what kind of move this young man has to first base, too. Gets that out of the way early.
That ball is behind him, and it gets away, and Austin will advance to second. A little bit of a wild pitch there for Idle. And CSP's got a runner in scoring position here very early.
Bryce has got to be patient up there.
Yep,
today.
Bryce cannot be swinging here until he sees a strike. Idle's yet to throw in a strike here. It's 5 straight balls.
Ivet,
excuse me.
There's one.
There's a strike, and it's 1-1 on Bryce. We'll see how big of a lead Austin gets out there. We saw Frewsburg, how aggressive they were on the base pass on Tuesday. We'll see how aggressive CSP is tonight. Ball's up. It's 2-1. Good eye by Bryce.
Hey, your father and I have talked about this before, Garrett. When there's somebody on, or even when somebody isn't on, they got a little mini shift on that.
Yeah.
That shortstop stays right close to second base when there's a left-hander up.
Something away in the opposite field would be terrific.
Yes.
Probably score, and easily score a run and easily get through for a hit. As that ball was up a little bit on Bryce, so it's 3-1. Yeah, there's a lot of room on that left side if Bryce wants to take one the other way here.
He throws him an outside pitch. Bryce has got to go with it and take it right over there.
That wall's up, and back-to-back walks here for CSP. I think the other night, probably one of those is called a strike with the umpire that we had on Tuesday.
Yeah, he was in a big situation. I don't know if he knew what he was walking into when he took that game.
Right, yeah. Yeah, CSP handed Frewsburg its first league loss on Tuesday. And they're still number 2 in the league, but it puts a little bit more pressure on Frewsburg as that ball is called a strike on Gabe Roth, who is playing second today. Third, excuse me. Yep,
yeah, he
played
third. I thought we moved Trent off a second.
Yeah. When I said it, I didn't think that was right, but that's fouled back towards us. And it's 0-2 on Gabe. So Ivic gets up early here. No outs here in the top of the first. Ball's away.
Good save by the catcher there, because that was advancing 2 people right there, for sure.
Yeah, Kruska behind the plate for Pine Valley today. Had a big night the other night in their loss. He's been good at the plate, as well as Craig Howard, who's batting in the 9-hole for Pine Valley. Breaking ball is up. And it's 2-2 on Gabe. Gabe didn't have a great day at the plate on Tuesday, but, man, did he pitch very well. It's one of the first games that I remember him pitching that well.
Yeah, he stayed focused and stayed right after it and made them Frewsburg kids they were guessing a lot of times.
They were, yep. And that's kind of we talked about it on Tuesday, the kind of the chess match that Gabe needed to play with the Frewsburg batters, because that's a good lineup 1 through 9, and he just did a nice job of strategically moving through the lineup.
How many hits did they have? Do you know?
They only had 3 hits.
Wow.
Gabe
out of play.
Stays alive, fouls one back. Still at 3-2 full with a runner on first and second. No outs here in the top of the first for the Wolfpack. And here's the 3-2. Ball's grounded foul, so Gabe's staying alive here. Lefty catcher, do you see that?
Lefty pitcher to a lefty catcher.
Yeah, you don't see that very often. I've done a lot of college games over the past few weeks, and I don't think I've ever seen a lefty catcher, even at the next level. Another foul back by Gabe.
Gabe's making him work for this
Yes,
one.
he is.
Whoever wins this battle earned it, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah, no doubt about that, and that's something that you want to get on a pitcher here early. Just make him use a lot of pitches, and first 3 batters here in the Wolfpack order have done that. We'll see if Gabe can get on base here and possibly drive in Austin. 3-2 again. That one's popped up. Second baseman's got a read on it, and there's one away for Pine Valley. So that'll bring up Trent Burchanowski, the senior from Clymer.
Trent's hitting the ball well right now.
Yes, he is. He suffered a injury early on in the year, so he missed a couple games, but he looks back to his old self here as of late and came up big a couple times on Tuesday. Trent playing second. Ball's up, and it's 1-0. CSP's being very patient at the plate, which is something that you need here when you only face a team 2 times every year, so you gotta work on pitchers. So the check on Austin out at second, Bryce over at first, and 1 away here for Pine Valley. Really holding Austin out there on second.
Yes, they are.
Here's the 1-0.
That's high. Oh,
another one away.
Good grab. Good play by the catcher again.
Yeah, there hasn't been very many pass balls here early on in this game. Ivett's still struggling to find the zone here a little bit, and Kruska's done a nice job of helping him out when it comes to wild pitches.
Yeah, he's keeping it.
There goes Austin. And that's ball's grounded. It's hit and run on for CSP, but it was grounded foul. And it's 2-1 on Trent. CSP trying to play some mind games here early on, trying to get some runners in motion.
Trying to hit the top of that ball for sure. That was spinning when that kid over there tried to catch it.
There goes Austin again. They're both going. The throw down to third, not in time, and Austin and Bryce execute a double steal. And prime scoring position here for Trent and the Wolfpack is 3-1.
Anything on the grass here now should score Austin.
Yeah, anything to the right side definitely scores him. Just got to be smart on the bases here if you're the Wolfpack. 3-1. That's up. And that's 3 walks here this inning for Pine Valley. And CSP loads the bases here without registering a hit yet. So that'll bring up the starting pitcher today, Tate Catanese.
However we can do it, we'll take it.
That's right. Just get on base. And prime RBI opportunities, the infield is in for Pine Valley. That one's on the outside corner. Called strike. Yep.
All right, now Tate's settled.
Yep, he saw one there. Just got to be patient at the plate here. Anything to the outfield, whether it's a fly ball or a hit, will score. 0-1. That's a breaking ball. It almost catches Tate on the elbow, and it's 1-1.
Should have taken one for the team right there.
Right. That's right. Bryce with a big lead out at second. Trent being held on at first. 1-1. That one's slapped to right field, and that one's going to get down and past the right fielder. Austin will come in to score. Bryce right behind him. Tate is chugging. He gets all the way to third on a stand-up triple, and 3 RBIs for Tate Catanese. And this game is blown open here. 3-0 Wolfpack on the RBI triple by Tate Catanese.
That ball was high and outside, and he took it that way.
Just slapped it the other way.
Did the right thing with it.
Yep.
Must be he didn't want to be walked like the rest.
No.
So only impatient.
Only 1 away here for Pine Valley, and now batting is the left fielder, Dylan Michael, who had a big play himself as that ball gets behind the catcher, and that's going to score Tate. He's too quick, and it's 4-0 Wolfpack here very early on.
Dylan's moved up in the order. He's starting to hit the ball, and he hit the ball well the other night against Frewsburg and Westfield also. Yeah,
he had that stand-up double that scored 2 runs the other night against Frewsburg. And if you're, he's batting in the 7 hole on Tuesday, but if, the bottom of your order can do that, as that ball's chopped as Kruska makes the play.
Oh, nice play.
Yep, nice play by the catcher to get out of his crouch, and that'll be a put out for Pine Valley, and they get 2 away here. Much needed out for the Panthers. The rare 2-1 ground out. And Blake Kopta will
That's a situation where being a left-handed catcher helped.
That right. Yes. Yep. Had the inside all to himself, and they also have a left-handed first baseman, which makes it easy as well. That ball's up.
So it looks like Tate's going to be facing a lot of left-handers tonight at the
plate.
Yep.
Yep. Blake Kopta playing in center today. He's been a reliable defensive center fielder for the Wolfpack all year. That ball's on the outside. Call it a strike.
So the zone is wide. It looks like it's a good wide zone.
Yep. So you would expect those calls to go both ways here tonight.
Be consistent with it.
That's right. Another one up and in. And it's 2-1. 4-0 Wolfpack here with 2 away in the top of the first.
Blake's going to get himself a hit right here. I have a feeling.
Trying to keep the 2-out rally going as that ball's inside, and it's 3-1. He's either going to get a hit or he's going to get walked. Only 1 hit in this inning for the Wolfpack, but 4 runs.
Pretty good ratio, though, you think about it.
Yeah, that's right. Like you said, just getting on base is what helps. 3-1. Ball's outside, and he's going to draw another walk. That is the 4th walk of the inning. And that'll bring up the left-handed batter, Grant Lictus, behind the plate today.
Grant's been hitting the ball hard recently.
Yes, he has.
They just haven't fallen for him yet, but when they start falling, he'll get a little more confident and really start hitting the ball.
Yep.
Doing a great job behind the plate.
Yeah, that's the big thing is he's done very, very good in his first full year behind the plate. That ball's behind Grant as Blake was stealing. He's going to take a look to see if he can take third, but stays at second, and that'll go as a stolen base as he was on.
Did that go behind Grant?
It did, but he was moving. He was moving right away, so he's having – looks like Ivan's having trouble with the left-handed bats. Even though you think it would be a more advantage for Pine Valley with the lefty on lefty, but it's not worked out well for them so far. As that ball's in the dirt, Blake's going to be able to take third. And another runner at third base here in this inning. So Grant can hopefully drive in another run here for the Wolfpack and make it 5-0 here on a little 2-out rally. Ball's outside. And it's 3-0 on Grant.
I didn't even notice they had their senior night, but how many seniors do they have on this team? Did you see?
It had to have been about 7 or 8 seniors.
Was it really?
Yep, somewhere around there. So a little bit of an older team for Pine Valley. Like I mentioned, they're coming in at 5-10 and 3-9 in league. So not the year that they wanted, but that ball's in for the strike. It's 3-1 on Grant. He was taken the entire way.
Really, from top to bottom, our league is not bad at all.
No, it's not. It's very competitive.
You have to come to play every game.
That's right.
We learned that lesson against Brockton.
That's right. Yeah, and that Brockton loss is going to come back and hurt the Wolfpack when it comes to the league standings. And, you know, that game the other night against Frewsburg might have a little bit more of an impact on the standings, but now you have to get some help to even think about winning. As that ball swung on and missed, and strikeout for Ivat will end the inning, but not before the Wolfpack get 4 runs on 4 walks and a stand-up triple by today's starting pitcher, Tate Catanese. We'll be right back for the bottom of the first.
Funding for this broadcast on the Channel 98.9 Lictus Oil and Propane Sports Stream is provided in part by J. Edwards Insurance. With offices at 9 East Main Street in Panama and 800 West 3rd Street in Jamestown, J. Edwards Insurance is an independent insurance service providing auto, business, farm, and homeowners insurance. We treat you like family. Online at jedwardsinsurance.com. Best of luck to the Wolfpack this season from J. Edwards Insurance, serving New York and Pennsylvania since 1957.
Support for coverage of CSP Baseball on the Channel 98.9 Lictus Oil and Propane Sports Stream is provided by Triple E Manufacturing in Sherman. Triple E offers equine products, promotional items, embroidery, and printing services. 800-295-4282 or online at tripleemanufacturing.com.
In baseball, These are the moments that bring us to our feet.
But the most important moment happens when we all stand together.
United for a great cause.
So join Major League Baseball and stand up to cancer
as we stand in honor of all loved ones affected by this disease.
I'm Jordana Brewster.
I'm Candace Patton.
Joe Manganello.
I'm Matt Damon. And cancer has in some way touched all of us.
Visit standuptocancer.org/MLB.
Stand up with us.
Funding for this Channel 98.9 Sports Stream broadcast comes from Lictus Oil and Propane in Clymer. Family-owned Lictus Oil and Propane continues to supply liquids and fluids for agriculture, industry, and homeowners. Heating oil and propane services and off-and-on diesel fuel services are also offered. The Channel 98.9 Sports Stream thanks Lictus Oil and Propane for their continued support.
So the bottom of the first here for the Wolfpack in a 5-0 game, or 4-0 game, excuse me.
Yep.
As the Wolfpack left a runner on third to end the first inning. But on the mound today for the Wolfpack is sophomore Tate Catanese, who had a good day at third base on Tuesday, and now he gets to start on the mound. Bryce Hinsdale will be playing over at first, Trent Burchanowski at second, Austin White at short, with Gabe Roth playing at third. Like you mentioned, Grant Lictus is the backstop today for the Wolfpack, and playing in right field is Caden Beckerink. In center, it's Blake Kopta, and in left is Dylan Michael. So traditional defensive lineup, just with Gabe moving around a little bit. And start this inning off for Pine Valley is the catcher, George Kruska, who had a good night the other night. Had 2 hits for Pine Valley. He's been one of their leaders this year when it comes to hits, according to the paper when I was doing my research earlier. So
Tate needs to start out here in good shape.
Yep, just get like we mentioned about Gabe on Tuesday. Just get into a rhythm. You have a lead now. It's 4-0. So get yourself into a rhythm, and he starts off.
That's a high ball, but Bryce might
way
have
up. Bryce
chance.
Does have a play on it, but it's just going to get out of play. I don't know if he caught it or not, but looks like he did catch it, and they're gonna talk to the umpires here because looked like it was a tough view for the home plate umpire, but they're gonna discuss here to see if they're gonna call this a pop out, and they're gonna call him out. It's going to be a pop out for Kruska as Bryce made a nice play over there along the fence.
What if he reached over, or what was
the
question?
He had to have. And so Pine Valley is not very happy about that, but that'll bring up the second baseman, Nick Seabolt, for Pine Valley. So good start for Tate. 1 pitch, 1 out. And there's a swing and a miss from Seabolt. 0-1.
Pine Valley people are not very happy.
No,
right
they
from
are
the start.
not. Yeah. That one's hit down the right side. Caden Beckerink's got to play on it, but that ball is going to be a foul ball. And it's 0-2. So Tate gets up here early on Seabolt, 0-2. 3 pitches, 3 strikes for Tate. The 0-2. Breaking ball, that's a little up.
Good, though.
That was a great pitch by Tate. It was still competitive enough where, he could have swung, but just wasn't in the zone. It was a good waste pitch.
Absolutely.
So good competitive pitch there by Tate. We'll see if we can get him here. That ball is in the bottom of the zone for strike 3. And that's a strikeout looking for Tate Catanese. And he's starting out here in a rhythm. And he's been one of the better pitchers this year for the Wolfpack. He's only a sophomore, so they got him for 2 more years.
Who's up now?
That would be
Jaden Miller?
Yep, the shortstop, Jaden Miller. First pitch is inside. Ball 1. Tate taking his time on the mound. And the 1-0. Ball's outside. Tate bringing it in with some good velocity. Also plays quarterback, so uses that right arm a lot. 2-0. That ball's hit into right field. Caden Beckering's got a read on it, and he's going to be able to make the play. Very quick inning for the Wolfpack and a nice, efficient inning by Tate Catanese. 4-0 Wolfpack, and heading to the top of the second when we come back.
Funding for this Channel 98.9 Sports Stream broadcast comes from Lictus Oil and Propane in Clymer. Family-owned Lictus Oil and Propane continues to supply liquids and fluids for agriculture, industry, and homeowners. Heating oil and propane services and off-and-on diesel fuel services are also offered. The Channel 98.9 Sports Stream thanks Lictus Oil and Propane for their continued support.
This Wolfpack broadcast is brought to you in part by Cornerstone Restaurant and Bakery at 104 East Main Street in Sherman. The Cornerstone offers breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and baked goods. The phone number is 716-234-4002, or find them on Facebook. The Channel 98.9 Sports Stream thanks the Cornerstone in Sherman for their support.
Support for CSP Wolfpack Baseball on the Lictus Oil and Propane Sports Stream is provided in part by Clymer Hardware and Home Center. Serving the Clymer area since 1873 with all your hardware needs at 8746 West Main Street and online at ClymerHardwareandHomeCenter.com. Best of luck to the Wolfpack from Clymer Hardware and Home Center.
This broadcast of CSP Wolfpack Baseball is provided by Land Pro Equipment, the area's authorized John Deere dealer, located at 1756 Lindquist Drive, Faulkner, and 8926 West Main Street in Clymer. Online at landproequip.com. They specialize in agriculture, lawn and garden, and light industrial equipment. The Channel 98.9 Lictus Oil and Propane Sports Stream thanks Land Pro Equipment for their support.
So 4-0 Wolfpack here, heading to the top of the second here in Pine Valley. It'll be 9-1-2 for the Wolfpack as they were able to get Trent Ivet in some bad situations there in the first inning with the top of the order, and a couple walks were drawn. And
so to see another left-hander, right?
Yes, he does.
3 left-handers in a row.
Yep.
So let's see if we, in the first inning it looked like he was struggling with the left-hander. So
yeah, it's going to be important for Ivet to find that command. He really had trouble with that. He ended the inning on a strikeout, but he really struggled throughout that entire inning, issuing 4 walks. So we'll see if he can right the ship here for Pine Valley and on senior day for them.
All right, here we go.
Caden Beckering playing in right field. He made the play to end the bottom of the first for the Wolfpack, and after an efficient inning from Tate Catanese. And the first pitch.
Inside and low.
Inside corner below. Man, he really is having a hard time just trying to find that strike zone right now. We talk about that, with these starting pitchers. They just got to get in a rhythm to start. And the Wolfpack were very patient at the plate as that ball's in the dirt. 2-0. They're very patient at the plate. Start the game.
I'm not usually an advocate of watching the first pitch, but this kid, you got to make him throw you a strike before you get settled in.
Yep. He threw 5 straight balls to start the game. As that ball's fouled off by Caden, and it's 2-1. So Caden sees one he likes, and now it's 2-1.
Really turned on that ball. He almost hit it right back at us.
Yeah, that's right. He's going to look to straighten it out here. And the 2-1. Another one just kind of spiked in the dirt, and it's 3-1. Ivet just having trouble with that release point as well, looks like. He's going to take some time to try and recollect here as it's 3-1 on Caden Beckering. Doesn't want to issue another walk. That would be 5 walks already. And he issues it. And Caden Beckering will start the inning off for the Wolfpack on base. And another walk. And that'll bring up the top of the order Austin White. Austin, like you mentioned, walked in the first, was able to move the second on a wild pitch, and then came around to score on the stand-up triple by Tate.
I think at his first at bat, he didn't see a strike. I think it was 4 straight balls.
4 straight balls to start the game, yep. And that's something you don't want if you want a starter to go deep into a game, and you just can't do that against good teams like CSP. That ball is in the dirt. Good stop there by Kruska.
Yeah, great stop.
And we kind of mentioned already, he's had a busy day behind the plate already. But he's done a nice job of keeping the Wolfpack runners from advancing.
Easily, yes.
Yes. Only one wild pitch has been issued is because it was behind him. There's going to be a check over on Caden at first. He gets back in time. We saw a lot of that on Tuesday. Probably the most I've seen is those many pickoffs.
Yeah, they were trying to keep us real close to the bags, and we were doing the same thing.
Same thing, yep.
I mean, I know the people were yelling at that umpire out there, but he had a lot of work to do.
Yes, he did. The field umpire really did have a lot to do. And that one's going to be called a strike on Austin, so he sees his first strike of the night.
Yeah, he had a lot of close situations. He had to make the split decision call.
Yeah. 1-1. Swing and a miss by Austin. And it's 1-2. He was on that one, just got underneath it. Like we mentioned, Austin playing it short today.
I'm surprised Caden hasn't taken off yet.
No, I know. 1-2. That's away. And that'll be a wild pitch, and Caden will be able to move up. It's 2 wild pitches today for Trent Ivatt.
What's the count? 2-2?
I have it at 2-1.
2-1, okay.
Yep. And the pitch. That ball's hit right through the gap between the first baseman and the second baseman. They're going to send Caden in the throw. There will be no throw to home in time, but Caden Beckerink is able to score from second on the wild pitch and a single by Austin White, and it's 5-0 Wolfpack. Just a good piece of hitting there by Austin. Stayed through that ball and just drove it to right field.
Drove it right between them.
Yep.
Second and first. Nicely done. Uh-oh. We're going to have a meeting on the mound? On the mound?
That's what it looks like. And I wonder if there's going to be a pitching change here early, or I saw him pointing at somebody, but maybe not. Maybe just trying to get his pitcher under control here a little bit. He's been a little bit wild to start this game. 5-0 Wolfpack, no outs as the first 2 runners have been able to reach in this inning for CSP.
So good. You said you're doing some college baseball games too?
Yeah, so I did some college baseball games over the past few months with a buddy down at school, and we had a pretty good relationship. So we were like, yeah, let's try and do some baseball games. And I had done the basketball games, and they didn't make it as far as they were supposed to make it. They lost in the conference semifinals. So I was just like looking for some more opportunities because I like doing with broadcasting. It's fun. So.
In basketball, you got to be on top of it
all the time. Yep, baseball's a little bit different. There's a lot of time to fill, but it was fun, and they ended up winning the conference this year. So it was a fun team to watch.
Austin.
And another wild pitch. It's going to get away, and Austin will advance to second. Bryce has only seen 1 strike here start this game, so he's got to be very selective at the plate. I don't think he's swung the bat yet. So, starts out 1-0 on Bryce. That one's up in the zone, and it's 1-1. So, he sees one there.
Now he can settle in and hit the ball.
Yep. Austin out at second. No outs here in the top of the second. Here's the 1-1. That ball's grounded right to the first baseman, but that will advance Austin. And that'll be a unassisted put out to the first baseman. And there's one away here for Pine Valley. Bryce just got a little bit too on top of the ball there.
But he did advance the runner.
He did.
So that's helpful.
Yep. And now Gabe will step in. He popped out.
Flew out to
the second
baseman. Yeah.
Yep. In the first. Had a long battle. As there goes Austin. He'll steal home on a wild pitch. And it's going to be 6-0 Wolfpack here in the top of the second. Just Wolfpack, they knew what they needed to do to come in here today. They need to win. They need to win this last game here because Salamanca's their final game in the regular season. They're not league, so this is their final league game, and if they want to have even a chance to win the league, they have to win these games like this and
hope that Chautauqua Lake pulls off an upset against Frewsburg.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And Frewsburg has played in the last 2 games they've played against Maple Grove. They only won 5-4, and then obviously they lost to CSP the other night. So they've played in some games that uncharacteristic for their entire season. That ball is foul.
And Chautauqua Lake is a pretty good ball team.
Yeah,
they got a lot of good players on that team.
They will be competitive with Frewsburg, and so we'll have to wait and see what the results of that matchup are. But CSP finishes their regular season tomorrow night in Salamanca, so that'll be a good test and be a great facility to be at. Ball's up.
I think that Salamanca goes to a B for playoffs. Is that true?
I believe so. Yep, that is correct. So that's that weird thing that Westfield always does for basketball. They play down all year and then they move up, and that never made sense to me. But
kind of like we're doing this year for baseball.
Yeah, that's right. That ball's hit right to the shortstop. Gabe's going to try and chug it out, but that'll be a ground out for Gabe, and there's 2 away here for Pine Valley. Nice play by Jaden Miller. So 2 away will bring up Trent Burchanowski with nobody on. He walked in the first and came around to score on the triple by Tate. All the way from first.
He's pretty fast.
Yeah.
He goes.
This top of the order is very quick.
Yeah. A lot of speed.
That's what puts pressures on the pitchers, and CSP did that in the first. Swing and a miss by Trent on the first pitch, and it's 0-1. Trent only saw 1 strike in his at-bat in the first inning. Ball's inside, and it's 1-1. Now, I said this the other night, but I don't know if I'm factually correct on that, but I think Trent's going to play at St. Penn State Barron.
That's
I
correct.
believe.
Yep.
So we'll be following him.
Gabe is going to St. John
St. John Fisher. Yep. So we got some guys on this team as that ball's popped.
High and foul.
Yep. It's going to be a foul ball. We got some guys on this team that are going to be playing baseball at the next level, and that's a sign of a good program and a good team. So 1-2 on Trent. I remember playing with Trent when I was 10th grade in Clymer, and he was just a 7th grader. So
he played varsity in 7th grade.
He did, yeah.
Did he really?
He was very good in 7th grade. So that ball's away, and it's 2-2.
Well, I remember Gabe was when we were still just Panama.
Yep.
And Gabe was the catcher, and he was an
8th grade.
grader.
Yep. Yep. I played with him my junior year. That ball's popped up. That's going to be right back towards us. And Trent's still fighting here. It's 2-2.
I'm glad that ball went deep there because I had no idea where it was.
Yeah, it was.
We're pretty protected by this fence.
Yeah, we are. Yeah, we're pretty. This is it's where my mom said that we should be. And, I normally just listen to her. So 2-2. Ball's away, and it's 3-2. Nice job by Trent here to work out the count after he was down 1-2. Three-two pitch. Swing and a miss by Trent. And a good end of the inning for Trent Ivett as he's able to get 2, 3, and 4 hitters on and out, but not before the Wolfpack put 2 more runs on the board. And we'll be right back with the bottom of the second.
Funding for this Channel 98.9 Sports Stream broadcast comes from Lictus Oil and Propane in Clymer. Family-owned Lictus Oil and Propane continues to supply liquids and fluids for agriculture, industry, and homeowners. Heating oil and propane services and off-and-on diesel fuel services are also offered. The Channel 98.9 Sports Stream thanks Lictus Oil and Propane for their continued support.
Support for coverage of CSP Baseball on the Channel 98.9 Lictus Oil and Propane Sports Stream is provided by Triple E Manufacturing in Sherman. Triple E offers equine products, promotional items, embroidery, and printing services. 800-295-4282 or online at tripleemanufacturing.com.
Funding for this broadcast on the Channel 98.9 Lictus Oil and Propane Sports Stream is provided in part by J. Edwards Insurance. With offices at 9 East Main Street in Panama and 800 West 3rd Street in Jamestown, J. Edwards Insurance is an independent insurance service providing auto, business, farm, and homeowners insurance. We treat you like family. Online at jedwardsinsurance.com. Best of luck to the Wolfpack this season from J. Edwards Insurance, serving New York and Pennsylvania since 1957.
Coverage of CSP Wolfpack Baseball is brought to you in part by Caflisch Pallet and Wood Services in Clymer, a leading provider of new, heat-treated, and recycled pallets and wood services since 1993. Find them online at caflischpallet.com. Phone 716-355-4354. Caflisch Pallet and Wood Services wishes the Wolfpack the best of luck this season.
Bottom of the second here is the Wolfpack have a 6-0 lead in Pine Valley in their final league game of the year. And it'll bring up the 4, 5, and 6 hitters for Pine Valley. It's Kyle Chase, Darwin Westland, and the pitcher Trent Ivan. So we'll see if they can fare better against the sophomore Tate Catanese on the mound, as he had a very quick and efficient first inning.
Got a little walk-up music for their players here tonight?
Yeah. That might be something CSP needs to invest in.
There we go.
So Tate will face another lefty here. He was able to get Kruska, the first lefty, faced out on a pop-out to first baseman, as that ball is on the outside corner for a strike. Kyle Chase is playing over at third today. Tate in the windup, and pitch is hit just over the head of Austin, and that will get in for Pine Valley's first hit of the day.
All right.
Nice piece of hitting there by Chase. He had an outside pitch and just took it the other way. He saw the first pitch, and that was outside, and took that one and slapped it the other way. And that'll be Pine Valley's first base runner of the game. Darwin Westland steps in, playing first over for Pine Valley today.
So he's a left-hander playing first and bats right.
That's right. It's a little bit reminds me of Micah Willink, last year's catcher, who threw right-handed but batted left-handed. So that ball's up. It's 1-0.
I think that ball was supposed to curve and didn't do it.
Yeah, just didn't finish his pitch there. It's 1-0. That fastball catches the plate, but Blake's got a read on it.
Move. Blake didn't have to move for
Nope.
that ball.
Didn't have to move a foot, and that's one away here for Pine Valley. Tate's doing a really nice job of just pounding that strike zone early. He's getting, trusting that defense behind him. So,
which is a pretty good defense.
It's very good. And the 6-hitter Trent Ivat will dig in and on the mound today. And that one hit him up in the elbow. And he's trying to get some feeling back in that left hand. But that'll be a hit by pitch, and runners on first and second for Pine Valley. So best opportunity they've had today.
See how Tate reacts to this now?
Yep. John Sheldon, the left fielder, will try and drive in Chase out on second. That ball is swung on and missed. It was in the center of the plate. Tate's throwing with some pretty high velocity here early on. That one's grounded foul, as Sheldon was on that one. And I'll be interested to see what Tate goes here. I would assume breaking ball.
I'm thinking breaking ball, yeah.
Maybe you can try that that curveball that just missed in that first inning for a strikeout. So 0-2 here on John Sheldon.
Yep.
There's that
there
curveball and swing and a miss. So 3 pitches and a strikeout on John Sheldon. There's 2 away here for the Wolfpack. And the right fielder, Brandon Yoris, will attempt to drive in at least 1 run here for Pine Valley.
Would be nice to get out of here without any runs scored. We got a base hit and a hit by pitch, right? That's what's on base.
That's correct. The ball's on the outside, and Tate's doing a nice job of painting those outside corners so far to lefties and righties. And CSP, the middle infielder, is trying to play a little game with the base runner on second as Austin goes in front of him and Trent's behind him, just trying to confuse him a little bit.
I don't even know if Tate's even looked back there yet.
I don't think so. I don't think he's really all that worried. I think he's pretty there he looks back, but he's pretty focused on the batter right now. Another one just outside. It's 2-1. He's missing just a tad.
We might see that breaking ball now. Nope.
Ball's fouled off by Yoris, and it's 2-2. Now he's got some options here. I wouldn't be surprised if he throws a curveball, but he might try and beat him with the high-velocity fastball here, which has been working well for him so far. It's all a chess match here. That ball's grounded just foul. Yoris stays alive.
Breaking ball this time.
I think that I'm going to have to agree with you here. He's seen the fastball 2 times now.
Yep.
So get him something breaking. Tate sets, and the pitch. That one's right back up the middle, but caught by Trent. And a nice defensive play by the senior second baseman. And no runs here for Pine Valley in the bottom of the second. And we'll head to the top of the third when we come back.
Funding for this Channel 98.9 Sports Stream broadcast comes from Lictus Oil and Propane in Clymer. Family-owned Lictus Oil and Propane continues to supply liquids and fluids for agriculture, industry, and homeowners. Heating oil and propane services and off-and-on diesel fuel services are also offered. The Channel 98.9 Sports Stream thanks Lictus Oil and Propane for their continued support.
Support for Wolfpack baseball coverage on the Channel 98.9 Sports Stream is provided by Countertop Solutions in Clymer. Go Wolfpack from Countertop Solutions.
This broadcast of CSP Wolfpack Baseball is provided by Land Pro Equipment, the area's authorized John Deere dealer, located at 1756 Lindquist Drive, Faulkner, and 8926 West Main Street in Clymer. Online at landproequip.com. They specialize in agriculture, lawn and garden, and light industrial equipment. The Channel 98.9 Lictus Oil and Propane Sports Stream thanks Land Pro Equipment for their support.
Support for CSP Wolfpack Baseball on the Lictus Oil and Propane Sports Stream is provided in part by Clymer Hardware and Home Center. Serving the Clymer area since 1873 with all your hardware needs at 8746 West Main Street and online at ClymerHardwareandHomeCenter.com. Best of luck to the Wolfpack from Clymer Hardware and Home Center.
So a new pitcher here already for Pine Valley is number 32, Jaden Miller. Will take the mound for the Panthers.
I think we're starting out 5, 6, 7.
Yep.
Tate, Dylan, and Blake.
So we'll have to see what the defensive changes here are for Pine Valley. But like you mentioned, Tate, Dylan Michael, and Blake Kopta will lead it off. Tate had the stand-up triple in the first, drove in all the runs that were on base. And I'm assuming the lefties that are in the lineup today are rejoicing that they get to see a right-handed pitcher out there.
Well, from warm-ups here, Garrett looks like he likes to throw a lot of curveballs.
Yes, I've seen a lot of breaking balls here to start. So the sophomore will step in, and we'll see if he can duplicate what he did in the first.
What's this young man's name?
Jaden Miller.
Jaden Miller.
He's originally the shortstop. Made a nice play on Gabe in the second inning. Gabe's pretty fast, so he had to make a quick throw over there. But we'll see what he can do on the mound here in relief of Trent Ivatt. First pitch is swung on and missed by Tate. And it's 0-1. You know, usually when you get a when you get a new pitcher in the game, you kind of want to see that first pitch. But Tate was being aggressive going after it. That breaking ball's up, and it's 1-1.
That's 2 breaking balls in a row right there.
Yep. So he definitely feels comfortable with it. Tate's just got to sit back and wait on it.
Mm-hmm.
1-1. Another breaking ball, and it's 2-1. Tate had to get out of the way of that one. Had to bring his bat down. You can hear Coach White kind of yelling at him. Make sure you bring that bat down. 2-1. That's a fastball in the outside corner. Strike 2.
2-2.
So Tate's seen him throw the breaking ball and the fastball. He's got to protect here, down 2 strikes.
I hope in his mind he's thinking he's going to see another breaking ball.
Yep. 2-2. He does see a breaking ball, and he grounds it to the third baseman. Tate's going to try and beat it out, but a nice throw. That's the third baseman. That is Kyle Chase. And there's one away here for Pine Valley.
Dylan.
Left fielder Dylan Michael will step in. He grounded out to the catcher.
Yep, that's right.
In the first inning. That ball's up. And it's 1-0 on Dylan Michael. Mentioned how big he was on Tuesday. He had that big 2 RBI double to kind of break things open against Frewsburg.
That was huge. That was huge.
It was right in the gap, right over the head. As that ball is grounded up the middle, kind of catches the lip of the grass. The shortstop throws, and he's going to be out. So 2 nice plays here by the Panther infielders. And there's 2 away. And nice work here in relief by Jade Miller so far. This is Blake Copta, the center fielder.
I think the key to it is he's throwing it across the plate, and
yes.
The guys are hitting it.
Yep.
He's making defense work.
Yes. And that's what Ivatt had some trouble with, is that breaking ball's low and away for ball 1. Ivatt has some trouble just trying to find the zone and put the ball in the zone for the Wolfpack hitters. You know, they're pretty patient at the plate, and they'll take a walk if they can. That fastball's out, and it's 2-0.
This is the most patient at the plate right here, Blake.
Yes, he is. If he gets on, you know, he's got some speed. If he can get on, he doesn't matter how he gets on. And he's up 3-0 in the count now. So 3-0 here on Blake Copta. 2 outs here in the top of the third. That breaking ball is in for a strike. And that's definitely the pitch that Miller finds comfortable. If he wants to get a strike call, he's going to use that breaking ball. 6-0 Wolfpack here in the top of the third. 3-1.
Good eye.
Ball in the dirt. And Blake will draw his second walk of the day. And that'll be the first base runner of the inning for the Wolfpack. And we'll see if CSP can have a 2-out rally here. As Grant Lictus will dig in. He struck out in the first inning on a 3-2 pitch. Ivatt was only able to register 2 strikeouts on his short time on the mound. There goes Blake.
And there goes Grant.
And a ground ball
nice play
by Grant, but a terrific play by the first baseman. And Pine Valley gets out of that inning with no runs scored. And we'll head to the bottom of the third. Back from these messages.
Funding for this broadcast on the Channel 98.9 Lictus Oil and Propane Sports Stream is provided in part by J. Edwards Insurance. With offices at 9 East Main Street in Panama and 800 West 3rd Street in Jamestown, J. Edwards Insurance is an independent insurance service providing auto, business, farm, and homeowners insurance. We treat you like family. Online at jedwardsinsurance.com. Best of luck to the Wolfpack this season from J. Edwards Insurance, serving New York and Pennsylvania since 1957.
Coverage of CSP Wolfpack Baseball is brought to you in part by Caflisch Pallet and Wood Services in Clymer, a leading provider of new, heat-treated, and recycled pallets and wood services since 1993. Find them online at caflischpallet.com. Phone 716-355-4354. Caflisch Pallet and Wood Services wishes the Wolfpack the best of luck this season.
Support for Wolfpack Baseball on the Lictus Oil and Propane Sports Stream is provided by Mosher's Carpeting at 8631 East Main Street in Clymer. Mosher's has carpeting and all types of flooring, serving the area for over 27 years. Online at mosherscarpeting.com.
This broadcast of CSP Wolfpack Baseball is provided by Land Pro Equipment, the area's authorized John Deere dealer, located at 1756 Lindquist Drive, Faulkner, and 8926 West Main Street in Clymer. Online at landproequip.com. They specialize in agriculture, lawn and garden, and light industrial equipment. The Channel 98.9 Lictus Oil and Propane Sports Stream thanks Land Pro Equipment for their support.
Bottom of the third here for Pine Valley and the Wolfpack as the Wolfpack leads 6-0 after a terrific inning in relief by Jaden Miller to hold the Wolfpack scoreless in the top of the third. And in the bottom of the third, the Wolfpack will see 9-1-2, and batting in the 9 hole is Craig Howard, who the other night went 2 for 2 with an RBI for Pine Valley. So Tate back to work as that ball's off the glove of Grant as Howard swings and misses, or swings and tips, I should say. And it's 0-1. Howard moved to third in the change of Trent Ivatt and Jaden Miller. That ball is center cut, and that's going to almost hit the Clymer bus. That was very close. I don't know if Howard was trying to do it on purpose, but that was very, very close. So Tate up here 0-2. We'll see what pitch selection he wants to go here. It's the breaking ball, and it's fouled off by Howard. Colin Sturgis doing his normal foul ball duty.
That kid chases a lot of baseballs.
And he does a very good job at it, especially when I was watching at school. I could see him just running through the camera. You know, he's going after everything. Tate up 0-2. Swing and a miss on a curveball in the dirt. And Grant's going to throw down to first. And it's first strikeout of the inning for the Wolfpack. And a nice pitch there by Tate.
Well, I mentioned it to your father that when we were in Panama, when we played, I don't remember who we played there was a lot of foul balls.
Yeah.
Colin always came out of the woods with a ball.
Yeah, that's right. He always finds one.
Like I said, I don't know if it's the right one, but he got a ball.
So nice pitch execution there by Tate, and that'll bring up the catcher, George Kruska, who popped out to the first baseman on the first pitch of the game. That ball's up and in. 1-0. So it looks like Bryce was, the ball was at the end of the fence. The 1-0 pitch was in the dirt. It's 2-0. But on the pop-up by Kruska, the ball was past the fence on the first base side, and Bryce kept his feet, I guess, according to the umpire, on the other side of the white line and reached over and made the catch.
Like a sideline pattern.
Almost, yep. He gets pretty good at those. And Tate's down 3-0 here, so he's going to look to fight back here.
Work his way back here.
And the 3-0, that's in for a strike, and Tate gets one over. And he'll try and claw his way back here. Tate has yet to issue a walk tonight. Oh, excuse me, he does have one walk. It was a hit by pitch.
Hit by pitch, yep.
3-1. Ball's inside.
Very close.
Kruska will reach on a walk with one away here for Pine Valley. Good at bat by the catcher. So number 2, Nick Seabolt, playing over at second. He struck out looking in his first at bat. See what Pine Valley wants to do with Kruska over at first. That ball's called a strike, and it's 0-1.
That's that outside corner.
Yeah.
That guy's calling it consistent. He stayed with it right from the start.
Yeah, and Tate's really taking advantage of it for sure. Tate takes a look over at first. There's that breaking ball, but Seabolt does a nice job of holding back, and it's 1-1. That is a good-looking breaking ball by Tate.
Yeah, that one didn't quite get to where he wanted it to be, but he was kind of hoping that could go fishing for it.
He's going to step back and take a look at Kruska. But sometimes you're just trying to get the guy fishing.
Yep.
Not necessarily trying to throw for a strike. And Tate's done that a couple times tonight. That fastball is driven to right field. Kane Beckering's got a beat on it. That's going to be a hit for Seabolt. And the first hit this inning for Pine Valley, and runners on first and second with one away. So Tate's been in this situation before tonight. And we'll see if he can get out of it. He was able to get out of it in the second inning.
Miller flew to right field his first time up.
So he's got a good RBI opportunity here. He's coming in relief for Trent Ivatt, the pitcher, and he had a clean top of the third. His first pitch is a nice block by Grant.
Great job.
Way to get over and stop that one, because that could have easily moved runners up. One out here, 6-0 Wolfpack in the bottom of the third. That fastball's fouled, and Bryce is going to have another play on it.
No, that one's too deep.
And that one looks a little too foul. And the Pine Valley fans are going to let him know that. But it's 1-1. Double play is still in order for the Wolfpack, so ground ball, you can either touch on third, ground ball on the left side, you can either go to third or go to second, throw on to first. That ball is up and in, and it's 2-1 on the pitcher, Jaden Miller. Tate gets his pitch, and 2-1.
Ooh,
that one's called a strike on the inside. A little late call.
But we'll take it.
Yeah, it's 2-2. Nice frame there by Grant. Had to move over a little bit and caught the inside corner. So Tate fights back to get even. And the 2-2 looked very similar to that last pitch, but they can get the call. And it's 3-2.
He's playing them corners, that's for sure.
Yes, he is.
Some outside edges.
Not leaving anything over the plate.
There it is.
That ball's popped up. Trent's got a read on it. And it's going to be caught. And Tate gets that big second out on Jaden Miller. So pop out to the second baseman. And there's two away here for the Wolfpack.
Kyle Chase is up to bat. He had a hit in the first inning.
Yes, he did.
Or second
inning.
Yep.
He was able to advance to second, but that was as far as he got. He is moved over to shortstop with the pitching change for Pine Valley. First pitch, inside. And it's 1-0. Yeah, Tate's really not leaving anything over the middle of the plate, and when he does, it's really not hard contact by Pine Valley. They really haven't had any hard contact yet tonight. Ball, another one inside. It's 2-0. Not bad pitches by Tate, just not getting the call. And the 2-0. Ball's grounded right back up the middle. And Pine Valley's going to send the runner. The throw home. Is it in time? No. The runner was able to get underneath the tag.
Good throw.
A great throw from center field by Blake. And Kruska is able to come in on the hit by Chase. And that's 2 hits tonight for Chase. Runners on first and second still with 2 outs. But that was a great relay by the Wolfpack. They just couldn't get the tag down fast enough. I thought he had him in time, but
yeah. Blake threw that all the way from center field.
Yeah,
didn't
he did. Yeah, it was a cannon. So runners on first and second with 2 outs. No harm done here to the Wolfpack as they have a big lead. Ball's up, and Tate's just got to rein it in here a little bit as Darwin Westland will step in.
Refocus here.
Yep, and it looks like the ump's gonna tell the bench not to yell as the pitch is going on. So Tate's going to try and recollect his thoughts here, and it's 1-0. Ball's inside as the runner from second's able to move, but the runner on first stays put, and that'll be a stolen base for Nick Seabolt. So runner on first and third here with 2 outs. No harm done here. The first and second on the ground ball and moving to that windup. I would assume the runner on first is going to, if Tate's in that windup, the runner on first is going to steal second. It looks like Grant's going to give some signals to the infield.
Yep.
First and third and see if there's a play on or anything. But Tate's got to focus on the batter here, Darwin Westland, who flew out to left field. His first time up. Swing and a miss. And it's 1-1 now. Actually, I believe it's 2-1. So 2-1 on Westland. That ball's right back up the middle, but a nice play by Austin. And I don't know if he knew there were 2 outs, but it would have been a double play. So Tate gets out of it, but Pine Valley does score a run. We'll head to the top of the fourth when we come back.
Funding for this broadcast on the Channel 98.9 Lictus Oil and Propane Sports Stream is provided in part by J. Edwards Insurance. With offices at 9 East Main Street in Panama and 800 West 3rd Street in Jamestown, J. Edwards Insurance is an independent insurance service providing auto, business, farm, and homeowners insurance. We treat you like family. Online at jedwardsinsurance.com. Best of luck to the Wolfpack this season from J. Edwards Insurance, serving New York and Pennsylvania since 1957.
Support for coverage of CSP Baseball on the Channel 98.9 Lictus Oil and Propane Sports Stream is provided by Triple E Manufacturing in Sherman. Triple E offers equine products, promotional items, embroidery, and printing services. 800-295-4282 or online at tripleemanufacturing.com.
In baseball, these are the moments that bring us to our feet.
But the most important moment happens when we all stand together.
United for a great cause.
So join Major League Baseball and stand up to cancer
as we stand in honor of all loved ones affected by this disease.
I'm Jordana Brewster.
I'm Candace Patton.
Joe Manganello.
I'm Matt Damon, and cancer has in some way touched all of us.
Visit standuptocancer.org/MLB.
Stand up with us.
Funding for this Channel 98.9 Sports Stream broadcast comes from Lictus Oil and Propane in Clymer. Family-owned Lictus Oil and Propane continues to supply liquids and fluids for agriculture, industry, and homeowners. Heating oil and propane services and off-and-on diesel fuel services are also offered. The Channel 98.9 Sports Stream thanks Lictus Oil and Propane for their continued support.
Top of the fourth here in Pine Valley. CSP with the lead of 6-1 as Pine Valley was able to break through in the bottom of the third. And Caden Beckrink will lead it off 9-1-2 for the Wolfpack here in the top of the fourth. Caden was able to get on base with a walk and was able to come around and score as he grounds that one foul. So 0-1. What Jaden Miller's doing a nice job of, you kind of mentioned it earlier, is he's getting balls over the plate where CSP can kind of go after it.
Yeah, he's not putting them on for free. They're going to have to earn it, and he's just throwing strikes over the plate, and they're hitting the ball. Now, first three guys hit it right to somebody.
Right. Swing and a miss on a breaking ball. Nice pitch there by Miller, and it's 0-2 on Caden. Caden playing in right field today. He's had some action out there.
Done a good job with it, too, yeah.
Yeah. And the 0-2, ball's grounded, and Caden's going to try and dig it out.
Could be tough.
And it's going to be safe. So first baseman was unable to handle it, and that'll be a infield single for Caden Beckrink. So he gets on base again to start the inning. And that'll bring the top of the order up with Austin White and Bryce Hinsdale on deck.
Austin's been on both times. He's been up the plate, so make it a third here.
Walk and a single. He's come around to score both times. And Austin's going to call time as maybe Miller was a little bit worried about Caden over there at first. Miller comes set. We'll see if there's a throw over. Yep, there it is. And a nice pick over there by the first baseman. That's number 5. That's Westland over there. Because that ball gets by him, and it could be trouble. Could be 2 bases because that fence doesn't extend a long way over there at first.
That's right.
And Caden gets a big jump, but it doesn't go, and that's the first pitch to Austin. And it's 1-0. Austin, a senior from Clymer. Caden's going to get back again. He's getting the jersey a little bit dirty. I'm sure his mother will be happy about that. Want to know on Austin. Breaking ball is
That's a good,
smoked
hard hit ball.
Down the right side.
It got by
it's going to get past the right fielder. Austin's going to think about going to second, but Caden on the misplay by the right fielder is able to advance to third. And runners on the corners after a hard hit ball by Austin. A good effort on the diving play by Westland, but couldn't make the catch. And the Wolfpack are in business again here.
Yeah, that ball was hit well.
Yes, it was. So Austin's been on base all 3 times he's been up, and Bryce grounded to the third or the first baseman his second time up, was able to reach his first time on a walk. So he's 0 for 1. And they're going to check on Austin, and looks like it hit Austin. Caden gets a read on it, but doesn't go. Austin is, I would assume, going to be in motion here at some point. He's fast enough to steal a bag. And that could be a big RBI opportunity for Bryce at the plate if he does move. And there he goes. Bryce takes, ball's up. And they're going to throw it on to third to make sure Caden doesn't advance, and that'll be a stolen base for Austin.
That's a gutsy move right there.
Yeah.
Throwing it down to third. He gets by him, then you don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah, probably scores Austin, too.
Yeah, yeah.
Breaking ball's up. It's 1-1 on Bryce.
That first one was a strike, huh?
Yes, it was.
Okay.
Yep. So 1-1 to the first baseman. Breaking ball is up, and he gets away. It's 2-1. 6-1 Wolfpack in the top of the fourth. Here's a 2-1 offering. Another breaking ball, and that's high. And it's 3-1. I was talking with Bryce the other night, and he said, I'm always trying to get a hit, but if I'm going to get it, if I'm going to get walked, I'll gladly get walked.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Get base runners on no matter how you can do it.
Breaking ball swung on and missed right over the top of it, and it's 3-2.
Going to see it again here now, too.
Yep, that's his pitch. He just swung right over the top of it. It's a healthy hack by Bryce, but just didn't make contact. He's got to stay alive here on 3-2. And the pitch. He gets a hold of it, but it's going to be a pop out to the second baseman. And that will not be able to advance Caden home. And Bryce is going to be upset about that. But there's one away here for the Wolfpack.
That curveball is coming in there so slow. It's a nice curve, but they're all trying to hit it too hard.
Yeah, and you're out in front of it, and that's what causes pop-ups.
Yep.
And Bryce wasn't back on that one. So Gabe will try and get on base for the first time tonight as he popped out his first time up and grounded out his second time up. And he's going to call time. Miller didn't get the sign he wanted. Miller still taking his time, trying to figure out what pitch to do. Now he comes set. Kruska setting up outside, and he does, and that's a swing and a miss by Gabe. Little anxious.
Yeah, he was
by
trying
Gabe.
to take that ball to right field because he sees that gap over there between first and second.
I can't believe that they're just holding him on there for that long.
Well, he can't go anywhere.
Yeah, that's right. That ball is hit right back up the middle. 1 run will score, and they're going to hold Austin at third. Gabe's going to stay at first, and a single for Gabe. His first time on base tonight is an RBI, and the Wolfpack get that 1 run back that they gave in the bottom of the third. So 7-1 Wolfpack here. It's a good piece of hitting there by Gabe. He sat back on that fastball.
Yeah. He hit that
and
ball
took
hard
right back
up
the middle. Yep.
I bet Gabe doesn't stay at first very long.
Nope.
I know I say that every time, but it's true.
And that second baseman's kind of shading over there. They're going to look at Gabe, and there he goes. Ball's in the dirt, and
He's
Gabe
up.
has a stand-up stolen base. Good stop, though, by the catcher. So that could have advanced Austin and maybe Gabe to third.
Base hit now will get us 2, that's for sure. A lot of speed out there on those bags.
Swing and a miss by Trent.
The big cut.
Yeah,
he never leaves anything in the bag.
No.
He takes a big cut.
Yes, he does. And it's 1-1 on the second baseman.
Yeah, they really are shaded to the right-hander here, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. If anything, to the right side is probably going to be a hit.
Yes.
Unless it's hit directly at a player. And it's 2-1. So breaking ball was up and away. But that second baseman really doesn't move much after the pitch is thrown, which doesn't make much sense because Gabe can't go anywhere.
Yeah, I don't know why.
And Trent grounds one down to third. Gabe goes halfway and is able to take third.
Okay.
And that'll be an RBI for Trent on the ground out. But Gabe's able to advance, and Austin can come in and score, and it's 8-1 Wolfpack. Smart base running there by Gabe.
Yeah, made that third baseman. That third baseman didn't even look at him, though.
No.
He was going right to first.
Yep. He was making the play, and Gabe just went halfway and then was able to take third base easily. And now runner on third for the starting pitcher, Tate Catanese.
Oh.
Breaking ball swung on and missed. And this is the first time that this part of the line. Well, no, this is
Tate
the second time around.
Yeah.
Yep. And he's down 0-1. Tate grounded out in his last at bat to the third baseman. That ball is also grounded to third, and
it kicks it.
It's booted, but Tate's going to be safe, and he's going to be able to advance to second on the ball that gets out of play. And he will head to second base on the infield hit. And another run will come into scores. Gabe was out at third. And it's 9-1 Wolfpack. So Dylan Michael will try and drive in Tate. And he'll look to get on base for his first time. He grounded out both times. So he's 0 for 2.
Second baseman is staying right there.
First pitch, breaking ball. Called a strike. Not so sure that was a strike earlier, but, you know.
Yeah.
It is what it is. So Dylan's going to have to fight here, and it's 0-1. Tate out at second. And that ball's grounded right to the second baseman. Dylan's going to try and beat it out, but a nice play by the second baseman, Seabolt. And that will end the top of the fourth, but not before the Wolfpack get 3 runs. And we'll head to break. And when we come back, bottom of the fourth.
6, 7, 8.
Funding for this Channel 98.9 Sports Stream broadcast comes from Lictus Oil and Propane in Clymer. Family-owned Lictus Oil and Propane continues to supply liquids and fluids for agriculture, industry, and homeowners. Heating oil and propane services and off-and-on diesel fuel services are also offered. The Channel 98.9 Sports Stream thanks Lictus Oil and Propane for their continued support.
This Wolfpack broadcast is brought to you in part by Cornerstone Restaurant and Bakery at 104 East Main Street in Sherman. The Cornerstone offers breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and baked goods. The phone number is 716-234-4002, or find them on Facebook. The Channel 98.9 Sports Stream thanks the Cornerstone in Sherman for their support.
Support for CSP Wolfpack Baseball on the Lictus Oil and Propane Sports Stream is provided in part by Clymer Hardware and Home Center. Serving the Clymer area since 1873 with all your hardware needs at 8746 West Main Street and online at ClymerHardwareandHomeCenter.com. Best of luck to the Wolfpack from Clymer Hardware and Home Center.
This broadcast of CSP Wolfpack Baseball is provided by Land Pro Equipment, the area's authorized John Deere dealer, located at 1756 Lindquist Drive, Faulkner, and 8926 West Main Street in Clymer. Online at landproequip.com. They specialize in agriculture, lawn and garden, and light industrial equipment. The Channel 98.9 Lictus Oil and Propane Sports Stream thanks Land Pro Equipment for their support.
So we have a pitching change here for the Wolfpack as Tate Catanese's day is done. And Trent Burchanowski will move to the mound and get another pitching appearance. And Gabe Roth will move to second. And Tate will take his duties to third as normal. So 6, 7, 8 for Pine Valley is Trent Ivett, center fielder, started this game on the mound, will step in and try and get on base for his second time today. First pitch by Trent is low, and it's 1-0. Ivett reached on a walk in the second. On a hit by pitch, actually.
Yep.
Trent gets his sign. Ball's in the dirt, and it's 2-0. That looked like a strike to me in the low zone, but nevertheless, Trent's going to try and fight back here down 2-0.
I hope the zone doesn't change now that we're in the fourth inning or something. Here.
Yeah, that's not what we'd want. Another pitch that could have caught that low zone, and it's 3-0. So Trent's got to do his best to try and fight back here. And that's ball 4. And could have been 2 strikes there at some point. But Ivett reaches on another walk. And that'll bring up John Sheldon, the left fielder. So we're on our first to Pine Valley in a 9-1 game. Wolfpack up in the bottom of the fourth.
Double play ball here, Trent. That'd be nice. Oh,
Ball's fouled back, and it's headed for the Clymer bus again, but doesn't hit anything.
Nope.
So
all those buses parked over there,
yeah.
And all them balls have not hit a thing yet.
Nope, not one time.
Which is good for the school district.
That's right, yeah. Might not be the best spot for the parks and buses, but that's all right. Trent holds, and the pitch. It's popped up. Tate's got a beat on it. And he's got it. And there's one away. So pop out to the third baseman. And that'll bring up the right fielder, Brandon Yoris. Oh, it looks like it's going to be a substitution.
Yep, number 7.
Number 7. It's going to be Daylon Logan. So Logan will step in, and I'm going to assume he's going to
take over the right field duties?
Yep, if I had to guess. First pitch to Logan is in for a strike, and nice pitch there by Trent. It looked like a couple of pitches, a couple of bats ago, but that's all right. The 0-1. Another one a little low, and it's 1-1. Because Logan was way behind on that one, and it's 1-2. Ivid out at first. 1-2 at the plate to the substitute, Daylon Logan. That's a called strike 3 on the outside, and got him looking. Nice pitch execution there by Trent, and there's 2 away. And that'll bring up the third baseman, Craig Howard. He struck out in the bottom of the third. So we'll see if Trent can leave that runner stranded over at first. We'll see if Pine Valley wants to put the runner in motion. Trent will step off and try and get the signals. First pitch, just a little too far outside.
Great play by Grant, up and ready to throw in case that kid takes off.
Always ready to throw somebody out.
I don't know if people out there realize what kind of a job catching is. You're in every play.
That's right. Swing and a miss. And it's 1-1.
You're in charge of the field. There's a lot going on when you put that.
And you got all the signals to the infielders, so you're basically the quarterback of the infield.
Yep.
And you got to make sure that you're executing pitches as well. Curveball didn't curve, and it's 2-1. Trent's been using that fastball pretty well. I'd stick to it. He's been throwing them hard in there. CSP's got some hard throwing pitchers in their pen. Ball's a little low, and it's 3-1 on Howard. Ivan over at first, 3-1 on Howard. Oh, did he go around?
Sure did.
He definitely did. Yep, he most definitely went around, and it's 3-2. Trent kind of ran that ball up in his kitchen, and he didn't move away. He kind of moved into it. 3-2 now with 2 outs. I wouldn't be surprised if the runner over at first is running. Doesn't run, and it's swing and a miss by Trent. And he leaves that runner stranded over at first. And no runs for Pine Valley in the bottom of the fourth. We'll head to the top of the fifth when we come back.
Funding for this Channel 98.9 Sports Stream broadcast comes from Lictus Oil and Propane in Clymer. Family-owned, Lictus Oil and Propane continues to supply liquids and fluids for agriculture, industry, and homeowners. Heating oil and propane services and off-and-on diesel fuel services are also offered. The Channel 98.9 Sports Stream thanks Lictus Oil and Propane for their continued support.
This Wolfpack broadcast is brought to you in part by Cornerstone Restaurant and Bakery at 104 East Main Street in Sherman. The Cornerstone offers breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and baked goods. The phone number is 716-234-4002, or find them on Facebook. The Channel 98.9 Sports Stream thanks the Cornerstone in Sherman for their support.
Support for CSP Wolfpack Baseball on the Lictus Oil and Propane Sports Stream is provided in part by Clymer Hardware and Home Center. Serving the Clymer area since 1873 with all your hardware needs at 8746 West Main Street and online at ClymerHardwareandHomeCenter.com. Best of luck to the Wolfpack from Clymer Hardware and Home Center.
This broadcast of CSP Wolfpack Baseball is provided by Land Pro Equipment, the area's authorized John Deere dealer, located at 1756 Lindquist Drive, Faulkner, and 8926 West Main Street in Clymer. Online at landproequip.com. They specialize in agriculture, lawn and garden, and light industrial equipment. The Channel 98.9 Lictus Oil and Propane Sports Stream thanks Land Pro Equipment for their support.
9-1 Wolfpack lead here in the top of the fifth inning on Channel 98.9 and on the live stream on Facebook Live. And we will have the 7, 8, 9 hitters up for the Wolfpack. It's Blake Kopta, Grant Lictus, and Caden Beckrink.
Blake's been on twice, 2 base on balls.
Yeah, he'll take a walk when he can get it.
Yeah, he will. Yeah.
So we'll see if he can. He's been stranded twice, though, so we'll see if he can come around to score in this inning. See if the Wolfpack can get to that 10-run threshold, because if they do that, then they would win the game after 5. And that definitely helps. You don't have to use any more pitches on Trent's arm, and obviously Tate's day is done, so I don't know how many pitches he had, but he was pretty efficient through 3 innings, so we'll see if they can manufacture some runs here in the top half. Jaden Miller still on the mound for Pine Valley. That ball is up and away to Blake. 1-0. Blake is a senior from Clymer. Good basketball player, too. A lot of multi-sport athletes on this team.
Where's he going to school next year, do you know?
I'm not sure. I don't know. I had senior day the other day. I guess I should have been paying attention.
He can shoot the basketball, that is
yes,
for sure.
Yes, he can. Ball's inside, and it's 2-1. He's very, very patient at the plate. Like you mentioned, he's drawn 2 walks already.
That's high.
That ball's high, and it's 3-1. So this is his 3rd straight 3-1 count he's been in, so we'll see if he can get on base here. Doesn't matter by hit or walk. Ball's up, and that's his 3rd straight walk, and he'll jog on down the first. And that'll bring up Grant Lictus.
Last time up, he hit the ball hard to first base.
Yes, he did. Just wasn't able to get past the first baseman. So he's 0 for 2 today with a strikeout and a ground out. We'll see if Blake's in motion here. He's got a big lead over at first. No outs. Doesn't go. Ball's up and away on Grant. The junior from Clymer. It's crazy.
Blake's got a great lead over there.
Yes, he does. He's got a fairly sizable lead. So I would assume he's going to be going here, and they're going to check on him, but he gets back in plenty of time. Still 1-0 on Grant. Caden Beckrink on deck. Grant looking for his first on-base appearance today as that ball's fouled off. So Grant's on it. Just got to straighten it out a little bit, and it's 1-1. Jade Miller's come in relief for Pine Valley. He's done a nice job.
Great job. Yeah, he has. Like we talked earlier, he's just making it so you got to hit the ball.
That's right. He comes set on the 2-1. And there goes Blake. A throw down, not in time, and Blake will be credited with a stolen base. So runner in scoring position here for the Wolfpack, and it's 3-1. Or 2-1, excuse me, on Grant. Holding Blake on at second. There's a lot of room on that left side. Ball's up. And it's 3-1 on Grant. Grant took his first at-bat to a full count, and we'll see if he can get on base here. 3-1 pitch is up and away, and that's back-to-back walks. It's the first time that Miller's kind of lost the batters on walks tonight, and there's runners on first and second for Caden Beckerink.
Caden's been on twice, base on balls and a base hit.
And we're going to have a meeting at the mound here. So while we have the meeting on the mound, we just want to thank our sponsors here at Channel 98.9. And if you're watching on the Facebook Live, let us know where you're watching from. I know my dad always likes to see where people are watching from. Yep.
Where they can hear his voice or see the game.
That's right.
I don't know if we're going to have a pitching change here, if it's just trying to settle him down a little bit.
Yeah, it doesn't look like they're bringing anybody in.
Nope.
But they're just trying to give him a breather here after back-to-back walks. That's the first time he's done that tonight.
But like we've talked about it, he's just making it so you got to hit the ball, or he was earlier.
Yes.
And he's got to get back to that point now.
That's right. Make his defense make a play for him.
Make the CSP batters hit the ball.
That's right. So Grant with a sizable lead on first, not getting held on. Now they're holding Blake on at second. And the first pitch to Caden is a breaking ball in the dirt, and Blake got a great read on it, and he's going to be able to take third base. So runner on first and third for the Wolfpack. And 1-0 on Caden Beckering. One 0 pitch in the dirt.
Good block. Great block by the catcher.
Great block by Kruska. Left-handed catcher. And it's 2-0 on Caden. Miller gone to the breaking ball here twice on Caden. Grant's moving, and that ball is grounded right to the second baseman. And that ball gets away, threw away. And Grant will be able to take third on the throw away from the second baseman. That's Seabolt. But Kane gets on base with an infield hit.
He's got to advance too, doesn't he?
It doesn't look like. Yes, it did go out of play.
Okay.
Yep. So he'll advance, and Grant will be at third. So runner on second and third for the top of the order now. And it's a 2-1 or it's a 10-1 lead here for the Wolfpack.
Austin's been hitting the ball well tonight. Base on ball and 2 singles.
No outs here for Pine Valley. And Austin's trying to get time called. Ball's in the dirt. And it's 1-0 on Austin. That single he had was very hard hit, and he was able to come around and score.
Yeah, he hit that ball real well. Right between second and first.
Yep, and he was right on it. Breaking ball.
Called
a strike.
Ooh.
And I think he called him on the swing, but I don't know if he swung or not.
I don't either.
But it's 1-1. I don't know if Austin knows that yet, to be honest with you. Another breaking ball swung on and missed. And it's 1-2 on Austin here in the top of the 5th. So he's going to fight here. Contact to the right side will score a run for the Wolfpack in a 10-1 ball game. Ball's outside, and it's 2-2.
There's no outs yet, is there?
No outs. Nope. Miller gets a sign. And the pitch. Breaking ball is hit, and it's just on the other side of first base. That was right down the line.
Knocked up some chalk right at the beginning, didn't it?
Yeah, right down the line. If that would have just been a foot to the left, it's probably a double for Austin and 2 runs for the Wolfpack. But just foul, and he stays alive at 2-2. Bryce Hinsdale on deck. Austin choking up on the bat. Ball's inside. He just gets out of the way. You can see he shakes it off a little bit. And it's 3-2.
Probably going to throw that big old curveball here.
Yep, that's his best pitch
we've
seen tonight. So the 3-2. Fastball, and it's hit right to the right side again, in between the gap of the first baseman and the second baseman. And Grant will come around to score. So Austin White with another single, and runner on first and third again for the Wolfpack. Still no outs. So Caden Beckering advances, and Austin over at first. Wouldn't be surprised if Austin's in motion, and that would bring in 2. Bryce was in the same situation in the 4th, but he popped out to the second baseman. First pitch. Breaking ball, it's just up. And it's 1-0. That looked like a strike to me, but I probably would have called it a strike. But nevertheless, Bryce is up 1-0. That ball's hit on the ground. Made a nice play by the first baseman. He's going to try and beat out the first baseman, but doesn't. And that'll be an RBI for Bryce. But he gets put out. It was a good play by the first baseman, but Wolfpack are able to get another run. And it's 12-1. So the first 3 batters that the Wolfpack had in this inning were all able to come around and score, and Austin was able to advance to second on the ground ball. And that'll bring up Gabe. That ball's away, and Austin gets another good read on it. And the Wolfpack, the short time that I've been watching them in person, they just get a great read on balls that are in the dirt, and they're able to take extra bases whenever they want, it feels like.
Yeah, they had one night where they had some base running errors.
Castanega Valley, I believe it was,
Wow. But I'm sure they had a talking to, and they haven't had a problem with that since.
1-1 here on Gabe as that breaking ball was called a strike. 1 out. 12-1 Wolfpack. Trent Burchanowski on deck. Ball's outside. And it's 2-1.
Yeah, he looks like he slowed down his motion quite a bit.
Yeah. He's just trying. It looks like he's just trying to aim the ball and get it over the plate, which most of the time doesn't work out too well. Another breaking ball, and that's fouled back. And Miller gets it back even, and it's 2-2. Throws that curveball pretty well, and that's his best pitch.
Oh, absolutely.
By far. He's able to locate that wherever he wants. If he wants it in the zone, he's able to get it there, and if he wants it in the dirt, he's able to put it there. Another breaking ball, but that's up. And it's 3-2 on Gabe. Austin out at third. Gabe at the plate. Miller taking his time, trying to get a sign. And the pitch. It's hit right back up the middle, right at the center fielder, but it's over his head. Austin's able to jog in to score. Gabe's going to get a read on it, and he's going to be able to head to third. And he's going to stop there on a stand-up triple for Gabe Roth. And the Wolfpack extend the lead 13-1. Center fielder just never got a good read on it.
No, he came in, and all of a sudden had to jump, went directly over his head.
And going to have another meeting at the mound here with Pine Valley head coach and Jaden Miller. Only one out here in the top of the fifth, 13-1.
So we've had pretty productive innings. We had 4 in the first, 2 in the second. We went third without any.
Yep.
And we put 3 in the fourth, and so far 4 in the fifth.
Yeah, so that third inning, that's when Miller kind of came in, and he had a fairly clean inning. He only issued a walk to Blake, who has been a walk machine tonight. And that's really only been, that was the only inning where he really had a clean inning.
It looks like he might be thinking about it too much and not just throwing the ball.
Yeah.
Because he came in that first inning, just threw. And
he established a rhythm, and that's what, when you go away from that, stuff doesn't work out too well for you.
And we've started to sit back and hit his curveball too.
Yep.
Now we're hitting it. Everybody saw it once, and now they're really starting to hit it.
Yeah, that's right. So Trent Burchanowski, he came in relief for Tate on the mound, and he hits one right back up the middle. And that'll be another base hit. And another run for the Wolfpack as Gabe's able to come in after his stand-up triple, and Trent Burchanowski gets his first hit of the night. And that'll bring up Tate Catanese, the starting pitcher, but now he's over at third. Tate pitched 3 innings, only let up 1 run. And looks like we're going to have a substitution here. Looks like Colin Sturgis might come in and bat for Tate. I'm sure Tate wanted to hit there. You can kind of tell. You can kind of hear him. He's like, I'm already up. He's ready to go. But in a game like this, let's get some guys in here that can get some valuable playing time. Yep.
Get some experience.
So Colin Sturgis will step in, and we'll see what he can do at the plate. First pitch to him. That's a strike on the outside. That's a fastball. 0-1. Only one away here for the Wolfpack. And they've put up a 5 spot here in the top of the fifth. That breaking ball's away. And it's 1-1.
I'm assuming Trent's probably not moving.
I wouldn't think so, but we'll see. Ball's in the dirt to Sturgis, and it's 2-1. $14-1 Wolfpack here in the top of the fifth. He swings at the pitch. He pops it up. Third baseman Howard's got a read on it, and he's going to be able to make the play. And there's 2 away for the Wolfpack. And Dylan Michael will dig in and try and get on base for his first time tonight. He's grounded out all 3 times.
Because if he gets on, then Blake's going to come up and walk.
Yeah, that's right.
That's right. A walking machine.
Yeah. Ball's up on Dylan. And it's 1-0. Trent over at first after his RBI single. And the pitch just stays up. It's 2-0.
After this inning, we have to let Pine Valley back, correct?
Yes, Pine Valley does have to bat. Yep. Ball's on the outside, and it's 2-1. Yeah, just like if they, if it was 5-4 and we were heading to the bottom of the seventh,
Right.
same situation.
Right. We just got to hold them to less than 3 runs.
Yep.
Or less than 4.
4 runs.
Right.
Yep. Swing and a miss by Dillon, and it's 2-2. So Miller's fought back here, and it's 2-2. And the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss by Dillon, and a nice pitch there by Miller. And that will leave Trent stranded at first, but not before the Wolfpack are able to get 5 runs in the top of the 5th. We will head to the bottom of the 5th to see if the Wolfpack can close out here early on a Thursday night in Pine Valley.
Funding for this Channel 98.9 Sports Stream broadcast comes from Lictus Oil and Propane in Clymer. Family-owned Lictus Oil and Propane continues to supply liquids and fluids for agriculture, industry, and homeowners. Heating oil and propane services and off-and-on diesel fuel services are also offered. The Channel 98.9 Sports Stream thanks Lictus Oil and Propane for their continued support.
Support for Wolfpack baseball coverage on the Channel 98.9 Sports Stream is provided by Countertop Solutions in Clymer. Go Wolfpack from Countertop Solutions.
This broadcast of CSP Wolfpack Baseball is provided by Land Pro Equipment, the area's authorized John Deere dealer, located at 1756 Lindquist Drive, Faulkner, and 8926 West Main Street in Clymer. Online at landproequip.com. They specialize in agriculture, lawn and garden, and light industrial equipment. The Channel 98.9 Lictus Oil and Propane Sports Stream thanks Land Pro Equipment for their support.
Support for CSP Wolfpack Baseball on the Lictus Oil and Propane Sports Stream is provided in part by Clymer Hardware and Home Center, serving the Clymer area since 1873 with all your hardware needs at 8746 West Main Street and online at clymerhardwareandhomecenter.com. Best of luck to the Wolfpack from Clymer Hardware and Home Center.
Bottom of the 5th here in Pine Valley, as the Wolfpack are up 14-1. We have some substitutions defensively as Colin Sturgis pinch hit for Tate Catanese in the top of the 5th. He'll stay in at 3rd, and Tanner Mahako will take over Caden Beckering's role in right field here in the bottom of the 5th, excuse me. So if the Wolfpack are able to get 3 outs with Pine Valley not scoring 4 runs, then we will be done here early in Pine Valley. Ball's outside to Kruska, the catcher. And it's 1-0. CSP trying to move to 13-3 on the year. That's called strike by Trent. And it's 1-1.
Trent really throws over the top.
Yep. And he throws hard too.
Yes. He's one of the ones that really comes over the top.
And that can cause some problems for the hitters when it comes to the angle of where that pitch is coming from.
I think Trent thought that one looked good.
Yeah. He kind of.
So did I.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah. That one's on the outside corner, and he's painting that, and it looked exactly like the last pitch. But it's 2-2, and he's got a similar kind of release point as some of the major league relievers that I can think of is Jordan Romano, the closer for the Blue Jays, and the closer for the Twins, Johan Duran. They really come over the top, and it causes problems for the hitters. As that ball is smoked to right field, is that going to be in play? It's going to be just foul for Kruska. And it stays at 2-2.
Tanner thought he was going to have a little action just getting in the game.
Yeah.
That'll warm me up.
When you're when there's a lefty at the plate, you always got to be ready when you're in right field.
Yep. He's pretty fast too, Tanner. So
oh yeah. I
think if it would have been fair, he might have made a play on it.
Yeah, that's right. And count is 2-2. And the pitch. Ball's fouled off. Oh, there it hits a vehicle. Doesn't look like too much damage, though.
Came
Stays
off the ground.
2-2.
Did it hit the ground first, did it?
Yep.
Okay.
Hit the ground first, yep. The 2-2 pitch. Breaking ball called, strike 3, and a great pitch there by Trent.
Yes.
And that's a strikeout looking for out number 1. And there was a ton of break on that curveball. And that's what that's what happens when you come over the top like that. You can really snap down.
It, yep.
Yeah. And that's what Trent does there with that curveball. And it looks like a ball the entire way until it darts right down into the zone.
From where we're standing, that ball looked high, and then it dove.
Yes, it did. So Nick Seabolt, the second baseman, will step in as that ball's up and in. He's got to step back a little bit. And it's 1-0. Trent really is throwing hard.
Nick has had a base hit in this game.
Yep, and he has a stolen base as well. He was left stranded, though, in the third. That ball's grounded right to Austin. He's able to make the play. And the throw over to Bryce, a nice stretch. And there's 2 away. So 2 away, and Pine Valley's down to their final out.
Jaden Miller
Yep,
flowing out to right and flowing out to second.
Yeah, it became in relief of Ivet. So 14-1 here in the bottom of the 5th, and Pine Valley is looking just to extend this game here as much as possible. But Trent's going to try and close it out. And with that rule that if you're up by 10 runs at the 5th inning, it saves a lot of pitches that normally would have to go on somebody's arm, and that ball looked like a strike.
Really good.
Yep, but it's going to be called high. And it's 1-0. If I'm trying to go right back to that spot, see if we can get a swing. And that ball is on the inside corner. Called for a strike. He's got a little run on that fastball, too.
Yes.
He's got a little tail that's going into the right-handers. That ball's grounded right to Austin. Oh, and it just pops right over his glove. It took a weird hop right as it hit the front lip of the grass. And it was just a bouncing ball the whole way. And Austin was unable to handle it. And that'll be an E6 on Austin. So that'll bring up Kyle Chase, the shortstop.
He's had a couple of hits this game.
Yeah, he's done a nice job of getting on base. He has 2 singles. Was left stranded both times. That breaking ball gets in, and that gets over the fence. And the runner will be able to stay at second. Isn't that out of play? So he should get third, right?
He should.
Maybe not. I don't know.
Where did it go?
It went right over the top of this fence here.
Here it comes back in.
Yep.
Oh.
I think he should get third, though, if it goes out of play like that. But maybe not.
Well, we'll let the officials decide.
Yep.
If they want to leave him a second, I'm good with that.
Fine with me, yeah.
Not that run matters anything, but.
Well, they're going to try and extend this game here as much as possible. But first pitch to Chase is in the dirt, and it's 1-0. That ball is in for a strike, and a nice pitch there by Trent.
Well, that ball must have hit something to be able to jump.
I think it hit Grant's foot.
Oh, did it? Okay.
I believe, yep, and it hit right off of his. He's got a little flap there that protects his foot, and I think it might have hit that. It skipped right over the fence. Swing and a miss by Chase, and it's 1-2. Pine Valley down to their final strike.
Looks like Trent's going to go to the fastball and try to blow by him.
Yep, I would do the same thing here. He's throwing it at a high velocity right now. So keep going with that. Shakes off again, and there he gets his pitch. That's a fastball on the outside, called for strike 3. And that'll do it here from Pine Valley. CSP with a 14-1 win, but the Wolfpack were able to get on base and they were able to cash in the runners, and they got some good pitching from Tate and Trent.
Yes, I mean, like we talked earlier, we scored 4, 2, 3, and 5.
Yep.
So we didn't leave a lot of people stranded out there.
Nope. Nobody really was stranded for the Wolfpack, and they were able to come into Pine Valley. Far trip. And it's not an easy, getting off a bus and playing a game, but the Wolfpack were able to do it. And just a nice job by Trent in relief of Tate. And so that'll do it for us here in Pine Valley with Pat Catanese. I'm Garrett Hinsdale. Thank you for listening and watching on the Channel 98.9 live stream and on the Channel 98.9 channel. Thank you for listening, and go Wolfpack.
Thanks for listening to this broadcast of CSP Wolfpack Baseball on the Channel 98.9 Lictus Oil and Propane Sports Stream at channel989.org. This broadcast is presented by J. Edwards Insurance in Panama and Jamestown, Mosher Carpeting in Clymer, Land Pro Equipment in Clymer and Falconer, Caflisch Pallet and Wood Services in Clymer, the Cornerstone Restaurant in Sherman, Clymer Hardware and Home Center.com, Triple E Manufacturing, TripleEMFG.com, Countertop Solutions, and by Lictus Oil and Propane in Clymer, LictusOilandPropane.com. Tune in next time for all the action of CSP Wolfpack Baseball.